concept, this actually. It's being billed as a gruesome game changer, an interactive episode of the sci-fi series Black Mirror, which allows the audience, you and me, Dan, etc., to steer the storyline.
It takes you back to 1984. Bandersnatch follows a young computer programmer as he creates a video game, like the show, where players choose their own adventure by selecting different plots.
So is it a quirky one-off gimmick, or is audience engagement set to be the future of television viewing? In a moment, we'll speak to the show's lead actor, but first let's have a look.
So it's like 3D Monster Maze?
Only when you're moving from choice to choice. It's actually an adventure game.
Like The Hobbit?
Without any typing.
Without any typing? So no get lamp or whatever?
That's right. Choices come up on the screen and you pick one against the clock. OK, he's Pax, he's the demon, he's in the book. So we've actually arrived at a choice point and you can choose with the joystick. You've got 10 seconds.
Worship him.
Oh, it's good. We're joined by Ffion Whitehead, who plays Stephen Butler. We saw him there. I mean, when this concept was explained to you, were you on board straight away? You think, how is that going to work in the world of TV?
I think when I first found out they were going to try and make it an interactive piece, I did fear that it could be gimmicky almost. I think kind of everyone that kind of when they hear the word interactive attached to like a show like Black Mirror, the fear is always that it could come out as a gimmick. But then once I was properly had it explained to me by Charlie Brooker and Annabelle Jones, and they really sat me down and talked me through the whole thing, and I'd read the script and everything, I just knew that it was going to be great.
You say you read the script. There must have been quite a few scripts.
Yeah, I mean, there was one script, but it was very confusing.
Right.
It was a very confusing script. What we actually had was a Twine document online.
OK, yeah.
So it kind of acts like a sort of choose-your-own-adventure book online. So you click.
Right.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you must... Sorry to interrupt.
We've both got so many questions about it.
It must have taken, obviously much more time filming than a normal film.
You would think so, but we managed to get it all done in 6 weeks.
Did you?
Which was quite... it was definitely a challenge.
Do the scene 3 different ways in one go, then? Is that how it sort of worked?
Kind of, yeah. You'd have to be keeping track of sort of the different variations of scenes and where the character was in the sort of arc of the whole story, as long as, as well as kind of where the character was in the plot, as well as how many times you think he had realised he was being controlled, how many times it had reset. It's really confusing, yeah.
I don't know what it says about Louise and I, but I think at all the key moments we chose different options the whole way through.
There was one we chose the same, which was
oh yes,
we won't spoil it. But
yeah,
no, it's interesting because there must be, I sort of watch it and think there must be a sort of psychology if you were watching how people watched it about the people watching it, because the choices, we chose different cereals for starters.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's an indication of the different choices you got. Basic is what you have for breakfast. I think it's the first choice, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then it develops. You can take the plot in various different areas as you sort of move through the episode.
Kind of spirals into madness and goes darker and darker with your choices.
How many different endings are there? Did you film?
We filmed more. I'm not actually sure how many different. I'm not even sure how many different endings there are. We filmed a lot. We've crammed a lot of filming into a very short space of time. I think that there are things that we filmed, and I think there are options. I could be wrong about this, but there are options for different pathways in the story that didn't even make it into the final cut.
Wow.
Do you think it's interesting, because I was watching it, and you do genuinely, and it sounds really silly, this, have to concentrate, because you as the viewer are making choices all the time. And I'm interested in that as a concept in this, 21st century, where lots of people are watching a film, looking at their phone. Or do you sort of mean? Do you think, because it kind of brings you back to the film in a way that we're maybe not used to anymore?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think it forces you to really concentrate, and you really do have to focus on what you're watching, because you are making these decisions, rather than sort of, as often is the case with some things, kind of just taking the information in without really thinking about it, without really paying attention. You are really kind of forced to sit there and focus.
Let's have a look at another clip as we see a picture of Will Porter there. This is your father, Stephen's father, having a go at you about how much time you're spending on the computer.
You didn't have any breakfast.
Dad, I'm fine.
Is everything all right? Stefan, I'm worried about you. You've been stuck in your room for weeks. Stefan, will you talk to me?
So I think people who have not watched it will understand there. So basically, there's two different options. Just so if people haven't watched it yet, either throw the tea, either shout at Dad. Again, Dan and I did different things.
You threw the tea. I shouted at your dad. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
We really are poles apart on this. But that's the sort of time frame you've got. And if you don't choose in that time frame, it chooses one for you. Is that right?
Chooses one for you. Yeah. So you can watch it. You can, if you choose not to make a decision, you can watch it run as one thing because it will make your decisions for you. It's just that you don't get the option, and it may be that it chooses the wrong thing, maybe it chooses the right thing, but it might not be the choice that you want to make.
Just tell us quickly about Dunkirk, because that was such a hugely successful film. And what was it like being part of that?
It was incredible. It was really amazing, yeah. It was such an honour to be a part of. Definitely very gruelling, very physical shoot.
I'm sure because of the the sea scenes and all the rest of it. Or...
Yes, yeah, all of it. The kind of the weather conditions, the physicality of the shoot meant that it was a very difficult but also incredible experience.
What are we going to see you in next? Are you filming something at the moment?
I'm not filming anything at the moment. I've got a little bit of a break. I did a film called The Children Act with Emma Thompson that is out at the moment. I did filmed that a couple of years ago. Did a film called Roads, which was directed by Sebastian Schipper. I acted alongside Stefan Bach. Hopefully that'll be coming out soon. And I just finished early this year a film called Port Authority.
Okay, so you have been busy.
Last question.
Break.
Have your friends enjoyed, watching the film and making choices about your character? They must have loved it.
Yeah, they all seem to be choosing the grisliest decision they possibly can for me, and reveling in it, texting me straight after.
Guess what I made you do?
Yeah.
I'm going to go and watch it again, and I'm going to choose the ones that you chose. And see
How are you going to know what I've chosen?
Well, I'm just going to go for the opposite of what
what you did.
Thank you very Really nice to see you.
Great,
Black Mirror's
thank you very
Bandersnatch is available to watch on Netflix, and I say watch, play along.
Yeah, it's like a game as well, isn't it?